up, guys? Welcome back to Rusty Nuts Media. Today, working on Project Gewch again, the world's slowest Dodge Caliber SRT4. Hey, do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Go ahead and like this video if you like it. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to see, what you want us to do next, whatever, that kind of stuff. So today, what I'm actually going to be working on is finishing the power steering install. We've got the electric power steering pump mounted in the back of the car. We've got the power and the ground wires ran. I'm actually gonna hook up the signal wire to the switch in the dash today. That way I can go ahead and turn it on and off. And then I'm gonna run the feed line and the return line from the back of the car to the steering rack, get all the fittings and lines done, fill it up, make sure there's fluid all the way through it. And then I'm gonna try to also bleed the clutch and the brakes. And I think once those two things are done, I should be completely done underneath the car, which means I can go ahead and put the tires on it and I can sit this car on the ground. And then we could really play with the power steering just to flip it on and off and see if it actually works and how much it helps and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Side note, I think the next video, probably after this one, our camshafts came in. Our Realtune Stage 3 camshafts came in. They're sitting right over there. So basically all of this that's hooked up right now, we're gonna have to unhook a lot of it, pull off all the accessories from over on this side to get to the timing chain and all that kind of stuff, the tensioners. And we're gonna be taking these Stage 2 cams out and throwing these Stage 3s in. But like I said, that'll be probably the next video, just a heads up on what's coming up next. So today I'm gonna go ahead and try to start on the power steering and finish it up. So here we go. Whew.
All right, you'll have to excuse the fan. It's seriously like 113 degrees in this shop right now. So I didn't record me under the car or anything like that. It's kind of boring stuff, but I did get the lines ran from the pump to the rack. So they're hooked up to the rack. They run underneath the car from that side, from the driver's side where they hook up to the rack. They run underneath here and then back. I've got them tied up to a frame rail under the car, and then they come up out of here. I've got them tied down here, and I've left myself a little slack in the lines in case I needed to recut it or anything like that, and they are connected to the pump. The next thing, the pump has two plugs on it. There's a red and a black here. Of course, that's always power, always ground. So they're ran up front to the distribution blocks, so they're hooked up, no issues there. And then you've got these signal wires here. So I'm not entirely sure which one of these I need. I might need two of them, I might just need one of them, but we went ahead and used, I think it was the gray and blue wire to test it, to make sure the pump works. Everything's good there, so I'm gonna go ahead and wire this thing up behind the dash to one of the switches that I've got in the center console. So honestly, on the back of these switches, I think it's a 3-prong switch, so I just need to hook up a power wire, a ground wire, and then run the signal wire to it. And then it should be ready to go. It should be ready to turn on. I might flick it on for just a second with it dry, just to make sure the pump kicks on for a second. And then we can start filling it up with power steering fluid to check everything and just make sure everything works. So I'll get back with you in just a minute. Whew. All right, so all the wiring is done. Just needs to be cleaned up just a tiny bit, but other than that, everything is good for now. I've got the gauges and the switches just kind of mocked up in here. I've started on the wiring behind there. And so when you flip the switch, the pump does have a slight delay to it, but check this out. Just like that. I'm surprised that actually worked. All right, so the next step, we're gonna go ahead and put some fluid in it, get it all filled up, get the whole system filled up with fluid, and just make sure there's no leaks or anything like that. And then we might move on to the brakes after that, depending on how much time we got left. It's also super, super hot in here today. So I'm gonna take a short break, get some water in me, and I'll see you in just a minute. All right, guys, sitting in the back of the car, all the wiring's hooked up. I've got the gauge panel just kind of mounted up there for now. make sure everything works. I'm gonna start filling this tank up with fluid. Jake's gonna turn on the switch and then watch for leaks as we kind of bleed all the air out of this system. So here we go. Well, that was fun. We were in the middle of filling it up. Jake turned the wheel all the way to the what, left? All the way to the left. It blew the line off of it. So we cut it and put it back on. So a little bit tighter this time. We'll see what happens now. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Might want to check the floor. Cut it off. All right, after blowing the line 2 or 3 more times, we've got it on for now. Probably gonna end up having to order different line that's rated at a little bit higher pressure. That pump kicks out a whole bunch of pressure. But what we're gonna go ahead and do now is bleed the clutch and the brakes. That way we can set the car down on its full weight and then start turning the wheels like that. Probably gonna end up blowing a line off again, but we're just gonna see what it feels like for now. So we're gonna go ahead and bleed everything and catch you up in a minute. Whew, it's hot. We got the brakes and the clutch bled. We got the tires put on. We got the car sitting on the ground on its full weight now. So turn on the power steering. This is no power steering. So what I'm gonna do is hold some pressure on it and turn on the power steering. Just like that. So it's still not the easiest thing in the world to turn, but it's also not moving. So overall, I kinda like it. Hopefully that line doesn't blow off and holds off for a little while, but good job. All right, so we got the brakes and the clutch done today. We got the car sitting on the ground. The power steering is working out pretty well. So I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. I've sweat for about 12 hours straight. I'm pretty overheated right now, but overall the car came out pretty good. That's where we're at right now. I'm completely happy with it. Like I said, the next video is probably gonna be putting the camshafts in, doing that kind of stuff and swapping those over. Yeah. Hey, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the like button if you liked it, leave us a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.